Hello, good evening, and welcome to Fandango Friday. I think we'll have some other people joining us for this Fandango. I was going to go to the baseball game, State University of New York at Stony Brook. Most people just call it Stony Brook University, but it is part of the State University of New York in Stony Brook on Long Island, and University was opened in 1957, and they're at Southeastern Louisiana University tonight, opened in 1925 for a Division I baseball matchup. But I didn't want to sit out in that cold. I mean, it got up to about 70 today here, but it's very low humidity and clear skies. And, once another 20 minutes, or even now, the temperature's just going to be dropping. It's going to get down to 34 degrees there. I'm not keen to deal with that. So I decided to do Fandango Friday. Hello, James P. Madonna.
Greetings.
So I didn't want to deal with that cold at the baseball game. Baseball's a summer game, not a February game.
Welcome to Fandango Friday. A spoim, as Archie Bunker would say, a spoim at a moment, Fandango Friday, because of the freezing weather down there by him and the freezing weather. Well, to me, it was not applicable, but it's the wind chill factor is pretty wicked up here.
Yeah, it's not going to get to freezing here, but it's going to be uncomfortable. And just sitting out there in the cold with the night air, watching people hit a ball, I don't know, man. It just doesn't appeal to me.
We should be comfortable for like 2 or 3 hours of any sporting event. You should be, I mean, not sweltering, not 90 degrees plus and humid, but then again, not cold either. It should be.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind the heat because we have a spot where we sit where it's in the shade and, get a little breeze and all. But the cold, when you're just sitting there, and people were telling me last Friday night, oh, we were so cold. We were covered with blankets. We were shivering. Oh, it was a great game. I said, good. Sorry I missed it. But
well, I've been to Giant. Well, this was back in, oh my goodness, this was back in the very late 1990s. A girl had 2 tickets to the New York Giants versus the Pittsburgh Steelers at Giant Stadium, and it was snowing. It was snowing on our heads because it was totally an outdoor stadium. The old Giant Stadium was, and because of the body heat of a completely jam-packed stadium, I was quite comfortable. Even though security did not let me bring my stainless steel thermos into the stadium area because they treated me like I had some kind of an atomic device in the thermos. But then again, I did not buy their beverages either at their rip-off prices. But anyway, because of the body heat, it was okay. But it was a dry cold. It wasn't, a damp cold.
Yeah, it's dry. It's dry here, but I don't know. I hate to throw the ticket away, but I got a good deal on season tickets, so I'm not losing too much.
Okay, Mr. Thierry, I have a question. How come when I go live on this urine StreamYard, how come the names, when I do this setup right here, the names do not appear when I do exactly what you did now at you and I? The names don't appear. I
don't know. It's very strange. They always appeared for me, so why they're not appearing, I really don't know.
Isn't it odd? I mean, strange, because you're not pushing any special buttons to make the names appear.
No, it just tells me type in a name when I'm setting it up, and then they come up.
Yeah, by default.
Yeah, right. I don't have to do any special settings.
All right, I was curious because not that it's vitally important, because I announce who I am and who my guests are anyway, and the name kind of like covers you a little bit, covers
Right.
your
Yeah.
torso. Yeah, your torso, a part of your torso. It's in branding. You know what I like? Speaking of branding, I wish I had a red hot branding iron for the CEO of Twitter's posterior, because I got my Twitter account terminated because I expressed how I felt about most of the Democrat candidates, particularly Amy Klobuchar, the shaky nasal twang, human siren, and I had some choice words for her, and I was attacking the female gender. Some feminists probably ratted me out, but anyway, a branding iron would be very applicable.
Well, he's saying if you say you look under a section called branding, it's to the right and it should show up. But
oh, is that what he was saying?
Yeah, branding. It's a section on the StreamYard.
A section that appears when you go live. I'm assuming.
I can only go by what I'm using here, a desktop. Okay, nice weather. Yeah, it was 41 this morning. It got up to 70 today. He's got a high of 25 in Ohio. Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's a dry cold in Ohio.
Yeah, well.
It's like Arizona is a dry heat.
They can keep the dry cold out.
Twitter is cancer. You ever see the CEOs of these social media companies? They're all pencil neck geeks like Pete Buttigieg. They're geeks. So their CEO status and their money is like a prosthesis. It's like a male prosthesis to them, because they probably got beat up by the football jocks in high school. I knew a geek like that, and he had a high IQ. He used to insult everyone. His name was Eugene Hoyas, and he used to get thrown in the dumpster by the football jocks. That's what the CEO of Twitter looks like. So I will be calling him out on my live show again this Sunday evening with Damian Owens. But anyway, I'm very happy to be here on Fandango Friday, and like Archie Bunker says, also we're going to grab the bull by the corns.
Right.
By the corns.
Right, the corn. All right. Well, talking about corn, I have two. You could call them dreadful items, but anyway, they're family owned. This is Kentucky Bow.
Kentucky. Oh, no, that's fine. I love a good bargain, especially when you find them.
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky whiskey, a blend. Does that mean it's a Bourbon?
No, it's not a straight bourbon. It's bottled by Kentucky Bow Distilling Company, Bardstown, Kentucky. But really, there is no such company. What it really is Heaven Hill Distilling, and it's a blend, meaning it's 80% grain spirits made from corn, and it's 20% straight bourbon. So it's
interesting.
Yeah, it says right here, 20% Kentucky straight whiskey, 80% grain neutral spirits, aged 36 months. So
oh wow,
it was $6.49 in Meridian, Mississippi.
Wow, that's a bargain in my view.
Wow. It's a bargain until you taste it. All right, now this is Kentucky Gold, also from Heaven Hill, and I bought this in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, like Justin Wilson used to say, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, this is only a half-size bottle, but it was $3.99. So you figure $7.98 for a full-size bottle. It says Quality Control Distilling Company. Yeah, it's Heaven Hill. Don't fool yourself. And it's also 2080 blend, 20% straight whiskey and 80% grain spirits, and it's aged 36 months. So it's basically, for practical purposes, the same product in two different labels. I watched a video that was done at the Heaven Hill Distillery, and they said that when they make straight bourbon and it doesn't come out right, like it's too sweet or too something,
right,
they don't dump it. They make this with it. All right. So They don't waste it. They just blend it off and sell it for a cut rate price, and people buy it. So hey, there you go. Now,
very schmod people. I don't blame them either. Oh, Freddie Blassie talk. Pencil neck geek. He not only is a pencil neck geek, he looks like a ventriloquist dummy with brown hair. He looks like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine. I'm talking about Pete Booty Jig. And before I forget, I want to send my blessings to Fat Tuesday 2020.
yeah.
And Mr. Ronald J. Tirio has some wonderful photos on his Facebook profile.
Right. I have 2 more photos to post tomorrow of people walking in Bourbon Street. I did the Zulu parade, which the neo-Puritans, the neo-liberals would hate because
Ooga booga.
we know what the Zulu parade is, a blackface parade, and that's not considered acceptable.
It's entertaining. It's colorful. It's like you know, what are those shows where or all the dancers are in costumes? All they're men in drag. Well, what do they call that?
Oh yeah.
They're all men in drag, dancing around in leotards and nylon stockings and costumes. It's entertainment. It's
when Zulu started in the early 1900s, it was never meant to be taken seriously. It's a farce, Oh, that sounds pretty good, Jim Bob Jackson. All right, now the Epstein float. Yeah, that was in a different parade. That was Hillary Clinton choking Jeremy Epstein on that float.
Really? Oh, I'd love to see that. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, it was, and she was behind him, and it was controversial, but that's what Mardi Gras is all about.
Controversy, of course, and you should see the political floats they have in Mexico about U.S. politics. I mean, they're very. It's like it's satire. It's like political cartoonists.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Eric Fraunfelter was the one talking today often. Throughout much of the day about Fandango Friday, so I'm wondering where he is, because he was broaching. No, they don't have a good sense of humor. He was broaching the topic of Fandango Friday, so I was curious where he is.
Well, he said something that kind of annoyed me, but I disregarded it because Eric is Eric. I told him that if we weren't going to have Fandango Friday, but I still might have it, but I don't know. With Damian Owens, I was going to have something called boisterous beer banter, and I was going to add a little mysticism, and then he went off on me and say, "I'm not joining no live show with no mysticism crap." You want to join Pete Buttigieg when I give you a friggin' submission hold? Or the heart punch, like Stan the Man Stasiak? Yeah, I mean, an attitude to him. Mysticism. Hey, he wouldn't be like that towards mysticism if some voodoo practitioner put a curse on him. He better watch his ass putting down mysticism. But anyway, Marilyn Manson. Yes, I salute. Listen, when I do my show Sunday, I wear a special new hat. But out of respect for Professor Tirio, I won't mention what it is, but I wear a special hat. So anyway, let's fandango our way into this, please.
Yes, I am.
All
right. And before I go on to you, I am going. Kentucky Bow was introduced in 1950, the year 1950.
Oh, I thought Bo. What's his name? Bo Biden. Was that his son? I thought Bo Biden started.
And Kentucky Gold hit the market in 1992. So you were talking a lot about Pete Buttigieg and
the Booty Jig, the one that jigs.
Booty Jig. Okay,
he's the wine cave man.
I have trouble with pronunciation sometimes.
Well, it's Booty Jig, but you know me, I make nicknames up for everybody.
I was saying Booty Judge, but anyway,
Ox Baker was the second man to perfect the heart punch. Very intimidating looking fellow. I have an autographed action figure box. He autographed the box for me. God rest his soul. Ox Baker, yes. But Stan Stasiak used to lift the arm, you know, the left ventricles on the left side. He used to lift the arm back and then apply the heart punch to take more pectoral away from the heart. So a very therapeutic. He would have made a great cardiologist. But
so what do you have tonight?
Okay, I have Brass Monkey, that golden monkey.
Okay, yeah, I know
Monkey.
about that. I know about that beer.
Monkey. The Funky Monkey, Golden Monkey by Victoria Brewing, and I got the webpage, and they have a really interesting YouTube video right underneath it on the page. And let me see if I still have it. There it is. Blessed the Funky Monkey. All right, let me go to the page, and it's right here. Okay, year round. Wonderful. Golden Monkey, Belgian style triple. It's an ale. Mystical flavors to enlighten you. 9.5% alcohol by volume. IBU is 25. The malt used is Pilsner. The hops is Tettnang, T-E-T-T. Nose is loaded. Gee, I hope there's no snot in here. Nose is loaded with Belgian yeast, character of banana and clove, with an equally fruity body balance with a light earthy hop character. Savor notes of orange and spice, followed by a dry finish. About the beer. Oh, there's more. Oh. Meet the most curious of all the monkeys. Now, it mentions ale with imported malts, Belgian yeast, spice, magical spices, which sounds lovely. And then it mentions the product line below the YouTube video, which I watched. And there's, look at all these products. Sour Monkey, Twisted Monkey, No Brainer, which sounds like a lot of American voters. Dirt Wolf, Cloud Walker, Prima Pills, which I guess is a Pilsner, yes. Homegrown Lager.
Yeah.
Hop Devil, Head Waters, Pale Ale. Hip Czech, which is Czech for Czechoslovakian. That's a lager. Easy Ringer and Classic. Easy Drinking Lager. I don't like the sound of that. That sounds a little light for me, but easy drinking? Nah, I like heavy duty stuff. But anyway, they have an impressive exotic product line, and I'm going to pour it and
Okay.
for the first time. And
I used to like Victory beers, and we used to get them down here, but they stopped selling down in Louisiana, so it's real disgusting. Okay.
Funky Monkey, Golden Monkey. A very lovely cascade.
Yeah, look at all those fierce bubbles. Now I'm gonna go to me, and I'm gonna do the taste challenge, but I'm gonna get back to you as you examine that beer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take a long time. I'm Buddy Rich when I fly off the handle. All right. Now, waiting for Walmart to get reds. Yeah, I saw a bunch of reds coming into a store today, by the way.
Funky Monkey.
Hey, Jeremy Vincent.
No brainer.
Okay. So here I go. I'm gonna pour the.
Oh no, never mind.
I'm gonna pour the Kentucky Bow. I don't know what this symbol means. It's got like some kind of strange symbol. It's owned by the Shapira family, so I don't know if this is some kind of Kabbalah symbol. I've noticed with other liquors that were involved with Hebrew people that they use Kabbalah symbols. If you look at Seagram's 7 Crown whiskey, It has 7 crowns, which I think is coming from a menorah.
Yeah. Well, you know, many rabbi, not many, but a few rabbi have told me that many rabbi do not know the Kabbalah because it's too mystical and deep for them, or they never bother to study it. So it's very. I think Solomon and the temple was involved.
Maybe.
Now for the magical sound.
All right. And I don't think Francisco Franco was too keen on Kabbalah. All right. Now, here is a gold. I was reading about Francisco Franco yesterday. Here's a gold whiskey and another gold whiskey. And I'm going to mix them up. Now, Franco, who died 45 years ago, well, be 45 years ago, he was pressured by the German government to pass anti-Semitic laws. So Spain did do that, and they had all these laws in the books. But apparently he rescued a lot of Jews. A lot of Jewish people left Europe through Spain, got out through Spain, just like they did in Italy.
So I guess there were no bagel shops in Spain at all.
I don't think so. But they had a lot of people that got out through Spain. And just I know of a music producer who escaped through Spain, by the way. But he was killed in a helicopter crash in 1991, unfortunately, when the helicopter hit power lines. But in San Francisco, or somewhere else.
Hitler escaped on a U-boat off the coast of Spain, I believe.
Yeah,
Headed for Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina, because they never did find any remains. But Hitler's closest inner circle claimed that his body was burned. I'm sure you could trust them for.
Well,
they said, "Where's the fear?" Oh, he's gone. He's burned up.
I did as long as I can get Lundjaeger salami and Pinkelwurst and all that good stuff and Bloodwurst, and that's all I care about.
I'm gonna post all the comments, y'all, as soon as I do my taste challenge. Obazam Jeremy is here, says Craig. All right. You have killed your brain cells.
Golden monkey, that funky monkey.
All right, now I haven't killed him yet. Okay, now here we go, and away we go. Mussolini was no barrel of laughs, but like what did Archie Bunker say? Mussolini was no barrel of laughs, but he made the trains run on time. That's actually a true story that the trains did run on time, because Italy was notorious for corruption and.
Well, Archie Bunker also said the hero sandwich is the best all-around food known because everything is in there. Your meats are in there, your cheeses are in there. They're all in there, right, Jay Terrio?
That's your food groups. Okay.
Food groups.
Now this one smells. What does it smell? It smells like corn, but then it also smells like some fruit and then some kind of sour mash, or like you said, a sourdough bagel, similar to a Linder sour or Thomas sourdough bagel. So it's different. Okay, now different, but yet not different. Over here, let me try to take some breaths, get that smell out my nose. Yeah, this one is very similar, but this one has a little bit more of that, what I call honeydew melon smell. And you say, well, that's aberrant. No whiskey, Kentucky whiskeys should smell like honeydew melon. Exactly, which is why it's being sold in a $3.99 plastic bottle, because they're trying to unload it on people. Okay. But, people are buying it, so what the heck. Now, I don't say the aroma is very different one from the other, so I think it's going to be an essential tie. And when we look at the price point, it basically is a tie, because you could probably shop around and find Kentucky Gold for $6.49 a bottle if you looked around. So the main Heaven Hill blended whiskey we get in Louisiana is called Heaven Hill Quality House Kentucky blended whiskey, but that one's gone. I used it all up. So now while I'm sipping on these, without cheating, folks, I could cheat when I'm not shown. I could cheat, right? I could look at the label, but I'm not going to cheat. Okay, that'll be the day. That will be the day when I got to cheat to do a whiskey examination. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. I'm going to show James now. He's going to talk about his beer.
Are you sure? Are you sure that Bo whiskey wasn't started by Bo Biden? And if you drink it, you challenge people to do push-ups? Is that what it is? Hey man, can you do push-ups? Oh, anyway, now it's time for the Funky Monkey. It definitely has a spicy and fruity aroma. It mentions banana, clove, orange, and spice. Greg Svensson. No, that wasn't meant for Greg Svensson. But very nice floral, sort of a coronavirus aroma. No, I'm only kidding. You're cracking me up with these comments. It definitely had. I could smell the hops. I could smell the Hopalong Cassidy hops. It's very exotic and mystical, just like the web page says. Was there a Toyota Corona at one time? Yes, I think.
Yes, there was.
Yes, I think there was. Not the Corolla. There was a Corona.
The Corona is a luxury car. Luxury, yeah.
Yes, it was like the Camry way back when.
That's right. I've sat in a Corona. It was very nice.
TV. Any relation to Robert Blake of Beretta that got arrested and for killing his wife? I think
he was one of the members of our gang.
That's right. Our gang. Don't do the time if you can't. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Okay. Anyway, it's very drinkable. I like this. It's not a stout. It's not a porter. It's not. I don't like it as much as this like Sapporo Black or Negro Modelo, but it's exotic, and I could smell the spices and the orange, and I don't smell no freaking biscuit or crackers, but I will tell you that it's refreshing, and I would definitely freaking biscuit again or crackers, but I will tell you that is refreshing.
Hold on, James.
Is that my alter ego?
No, Whiskey Scout's got to turn off his playback.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on, James.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Somebody in the parallel universe that's me is talking. Another dimension.
No, it's the Whiskey Scout. Whiskey Scout.
The king of all whiskey. The Whiskey Scout is here. Fat Tuesday again. Even though all the holy rollers are telling me it's wicked. Fat Tuesday is the devil. It's the devil. Oh, look at that. Maker's Mark Private Select. Meet your maker. Holy shit. Anyway,
I'm going to get back to the Whiskey Scout, but I'm going to let you finish your victory.
All right.
Your victory march.
My victory march. 9.5 alcohol by volume, Funky Monkey, Golden Monkey, exotic spices, fruit. It is a light looking beer, but is far superior to any light beers, or especially some people that go live that brag so much about their American made macros, you know. Oh, I got a Budweiser here. Let me craft beer all the way. I would definitely get it again. They have great, fantastic product line. And watch the video. I posted it up here, and I will give this a. I'd say I give it a 95% out of 100 score. All right, now
95.
I'll give it a 95%. As far as drinkable daily, I mean, it's not a heavy lager. I mean, I'm sure one of their other products.
It's an ale.
It's a Belgian style ale. So for for what it is, I'll give it a 95 out of 100. But I would love to try some of their heavier products. You know, so like the lager, not the last lager, not the easy going lager, but you know, some of the other ones. They have a great product line, very fascinating descriptions and names, and infused. You know what I want to drink? The first craft hemp IPA or hemp stout or hemp anything. If hemp is federally legalized, they should start banging out lots of hemp products. I'm sorry, cannabis craft beers.
Right.
Hemp is good for materials,
Right.
like Betsy Ross.
I like your Izod shirt.
Oh, thank you. I got a bright green one for St. Patrick's Day. I'll be sure to wear that one. Thank you. I'm very color coordinated.
I see that. Now in Kansas, so we got the Northeast, we got me in the South Central, and now we're in the Central West, the Midwest. We have the Whiskey Scout in Kansas, and he's got. Show us your.
It's a Maker's Mark Private Select. What it is, it's a barrel. Part of the Maker's Mark has a barrel selection process for different stores or collaboration of stores. Because sometimes here in Kansas, I think 2 or 3 stores go together and get it. But this one come out of Derby, out of the spirit store on the west side of Derby. I can't think of the name of it right now, but anyway, they only have 2 liquor stores. Oh, well, they got 3. They got a dinky one on the north side, but anyway, it's up from the west side of Derby, Kansas. And the name Meet Your Makers is what they called this particular barrel that they had bottled for them. And this shows the different staves they chose for it. They have several choices of staves. And they chose everything but the toasted French spice stave. And they have the staves. What sold me on it was I went in there and they got the barrel and they got the display on the barrel and all the bottles. But next to it in a long, thin plastic bag, they got 4 or 5 of the staves that were used in this. And you could open up the plastic bag and smell the staves. And that was a selling point. I was kind of, after I smelled that was a winner chicken dinner. It smelled so good. And I have to agree.
Was it very expensive?
Yeah.
He tells you right up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not overly, but it's more than your average bear. But anyway, and the it's 54.25% alcohol by volume or 108.5% proof.
Yikes.
And I opened it just for you guys. This is the first I've had of it. And
wow. So you got James trying his beer for the first time on my Fandango Friday, and now you're doing it. Yeah. And by the way, folks, James came up with Fandango Friday. Got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, by the way, Woodchuck cider is a little sweet for me. I like the Angry Orchard better, or Woodpecker from England is
okay.
You guys went on just a little bit sooner than I expected. I was kind of surprised.
I usually do Fandango Friday right at the 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, I always get that confused because
Wednesday night to be more at the bottom of the hour. Yeah.
It's more my it's more my fault than anybody else's. I'm not blaming nobody. I just lose track. Anyway, you get a roasted French mocha, and there is a definitive chocolate odor in here. You get a lot of deep, rich caramels, but there is a there's like a chocolate note, very dominant. You get a lot of vanillas in this too, a lot of rich vanillas. And just a little bit of dried fruits in the background, but it's not like Scotch dried fruits or anything like that. It's just more of a basic faint raisin note. but it's got all the caramel, that deep, rich caramel that you expect from a good bourbon. Oh, it is. It's really got a very good nose. Let's go for the taste.
Hey, cannabis is medicinal as all hell, people.
The ABV is on point. It's probably drinking more like a 95 proof, but it's still there. You can get it. It's not like sometimes you get some of these barrels that's been old and you don't notice the ABV. You get a little of the alcohol burn, not much. The caramels, I mean, this thing is so rich in caramels, it's not even funny. I'm so surprised. And there's that faint berry note. It's more of a berry note than a dark raisin note at this point. But the chocolate's still there. Lots of chocolate. Coats your mouth completely. Great finish to this. I look forward to trying this a little bit more after it oxidizes and a few more tries and see where it turns. It may stay the same. Some turn, some stay the same. They don't always change for the worse either. They change for the better at first, and then if exposed to sunlight, direct sunlight, and left half open bottle for an extended period of time, they will start to change to the bad. But if you take care of your bottles and keep them out of the sunlight, keep them in a cool place, even if they're open, they'll last a long time. I'm not going to give it a number rating, guys, because I'm not that familiar with it yet. I want to get to learn it a little bit more. But I give it this rating. If you see something similar and they let you smell the staves and the staves smell that good, it's worth the money, I think, personally, So, but it's right at the 70 mark in my area. So
you're enjoying it?
Yes, I am enjoying this a lot. This is a good bourbon. This is a very good bourbon. It's a lot better than your average Bears. I'll leave it at that. I really like it.
Mr. Whiskey Scout, the proper whiskey glass should be shaped like a budded tulip, right? Like a tulip. Like
that's the accepted whiskey glass, the Glencairn.
Okay, that shape. Okay.
Yeah, this is the accepted whiskey glass. And I mean, there's a Copita you can use, and I've got a very nice one that's handmade in Australia that I got shipped over. I don't use it as often, but it works very well as well. But for the average person, you go to Bed Bath & Beyond's where I bought, so not this one, this is Monogram for me, but you can buy them at Bed Bath & Beyond for around $8.
Yeah, so, I've seen them in the Dollar Tree, but unfortunately they were kind of thin, and when I put them in the freezer, they shattered. As opposed to J. Theriault and our favorite wine glass, which is too thick to ever shatter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've never put one in the freezer. I couldn't tell you. I don't.
Yeah, it just shattered. It was thin. It was thin glass. It was.
They're not thick.
Yeah.
But
I had four of them, and then I only have one left because they broke. They were so flimsy, But I might buy some more. I don't know.
I hand wash them myself.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I hand wash them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna go back to myself, and I don't know what happened to Eric, but maybe something happened, because he was the one most gung ho to join this, but.
We got 15 solid minutes to go on the show, I'd say.
Oh, watch it, Whiskey Scout. All right, now, the only thing I drank today was a little of that 17% or 17% cocktail sherry before work, but just a little bit. And then people say before work. Well,
full screen.
Yeah, put the screen on you.
Cheerio, Terrio. Full screen.
There you go.
Sorry, I forgot. So I drank that earlier, but we talking about like at 5:35, just a little bit. That's my juice. So it's very herbal. That thing has a weird herbal thing. All right, but then later when I got home from work, I drank natural ice and 2 of those. Not natural ice, Keystone ice. All right, 2 of those, and those were pleasant. Okay, and inexpensive. But these items here are not expensive. David and I did a solo review of the Kentucky Bow, and we said that it was ordinary, but I'm going to post that video soon. I have so much of a backlog right now. This one has a strange aroma. It's so not proper. Like people say, try the proper 12 Irish whiskey. I do want to try that. This would be sort of like an improper 80 proof. So it smells like everything you didn't want to encounter with a bourbon. And luckily it's not a bourbon. It's only 20% bourbon and it's 80% filler. It's wouldn't call it bad. I would call it tolerable. Well, let me taste a little bit of it. A little more of it because I was sipping while y'all were talking. A little bit of that Kentucky limestone water, honestly. Corn spirits like the cornbread. There's a little barrel from the defective bourbon they're adding to it. It's just kind of ho-hum, but what do you expect for $6.49 a bottle? Now over here,
I expect the finest.
you ain't gonna get it. This one has that unusual honeydew melon thing, and I know that bourbon is not supposed to taste like honeydew melon. It's strange. I've been saying that about Kentucky Gold since I tried it 2 years ago. I said it's strange, and I said if this is the gold, I would hate to taste the silver and the bronze. Okay.
I mean, like it has that Midori flavor, like honeydew melon liqueur.
Yeah, it's like not correct. You say, but the old
liqueur.
Now the counterpoint would be, ain't nobody buys Kentucky Gold to sit there and swirl it around in a glass and talk about it on video. They buy it to mix with RC Cola or Hawaiian Punch and drink it after a day at work where they were losing their temper and just wanted to come home, and they sit down with their Hawaiian Punch, pour the Kentucky Gold in the glass or the cup, plastic cup, and they watch Three's Company reruns until they can calm down and go eat some TV dinner. Okay, I get that, and that's probably accurate.
Rather watch Sanford and Son.
Or they watch Sanford and Son, or they watch Angie from 1980.
Oh,
but or The Big Valley. From but
it's better than Little House on the Prairie. That's too sappy for me.
Yeah, it's a little bit. That's a little bit. What you call that? Maudlin or something.
Yeah, that's nauseating.
It's kind of funny though, in a way. Like every bad thing happens to them. You know, it's like, wow. You know, you go blind. Everything burns down. All right. Anyway, I think this one is the Kentucky Bow. And if I look below and I see the right label, I'm going to know I'm correct. Which one would I prefer? I would prefer this one. It's less wretched. I mean, yeah, it's less wretched. Okay, now, so let's say Kentucky Bow. Please be right. No. Did you check for the rats in the attic? No rats. It's Captain Howdy. Okay, I got it wrong. Damnation.
The rats in Chinatown here are quite big.
Yeah. So, well, I thought it was Kentucky Bow, and I have to say this to everyone. It is actually the Kentucky Gold. So I prefer Kentucky Gold, and I thought it was the Bow. Well, Bo and Luke, sorry.
Let's go be country.
La, 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 la. What can I say about these? You like Tostita chips? You like
Oh man.
Ritz? You like corn?
Yep.
You like drinking cheap alcohol? This could be something for you. Now, so that's what that's it. Petticoat Junction. This
F Troop. It is balloon. The Hakawis. It is balloon.
now we're talking about high art. Okay, now F Troop. Now,
They weren't even Native American. They were like
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, that was like really whack. That was a pretty whack. That was a pretty whack series.
where the heck Howie? That's how they got the name Hakawi. Where the heck Howie? That was yeah, they never used Native American.
I like to refer to that period as the beginning of painted on tans.
They talk like Johnny Weissmuller from Tarzan. Oh, we give them wampum for the you know.
I remember
Wampum.
But I enjoyed watching it as a kid. It was
yeah, and I like the one where he went to New York City and he was wearing a suit.
Now, Crazy Horse was the one with like a derby or a top hat with the feather in it. That was his chief's buddy, right? Crazy Horse.
I don't know. I know Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Okay. Anyway,
I heard Sergeant O'Rourke, Forrest Tucker was a dirty old man. He used to drop his drawers in front of Wrangler Jane when they were not filming. And Wrangler Jane was a minor, and he didn't know it.
That sounds like Hollywood.
Yeah, it was Hollywood, all right. He had wood.
It sounds like, but sounds like that's how Hollywood operates. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Captain Howdy, that wasn't nice. Okay.
Captain Howdy, that was the split pea soup that Linda Blair used to spit up, I heard.
Well, he was the one that came to the Ouija board.
Yeah, that's true. Now they're selling Ouija board carpets. You should see they think it's a toy. It's really not. This past Halloween, they had Ouija everything. Tablecloths, carpets. They had glow in the dark.
Okay, Blake, that is funny.
They had glow in the dark Ouija boards. Yeah, Forrest Tucker used to say, "Hey, honey, are you new to Hollywood? Here, I'll teach you some acting." And then that's it. He used to really do that.
Fatty Arbuckle. All right.
Fatty the diddler. He was a diddler, Fatty Arbuckle.
Okay, well, away we go with James P. Madonna's final assessment of the
my assessment of this is that it's better than, it's not as good as the now when they say Belgian ale, are they meaning that this is made from wheat?
No, it's just in the Belgian style, like the Belgian yeast and the spices added. And it could be like, it could have Brettanomyces type of yeast.
It's hard for me to compare it to anything else I have because it is different in terms of the spices and the type of hops used and the additional flavorings. But I would get it again. I think this will be an excellent summer drink, ice cold, possibly 33 to 30% frozen, nice and frosty. And but I still prefer darker, heavier products of this nature, like the heavier lagers and such. But it isn't bad. 95 for what it is out of 100.
Oh, that's right. You already said 95. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, it's a fair score, but there was another Hollywood tidbit that I was gonna. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna mention some other true Hollywood dirt, It slipped my mind, but it might come back. But anyway, there's plenty of it, as you know. Oh my God. Just amazing that, in such a prim and proper era, the TV shows that were out there, that so much, so many shenanigans took place that were kept quiet. Like Erin Moran was molested quite a bit of Happy Days, by someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she won't mention who it was, which I'm very surprised because
Potsy.
Patsy Weber. Oh, that's
Potsy. I don't know.
Maybe it was that Chachi. I never trusted that guy. Maybe it was Chachi. I know.
I just throwed that out there. I was just being funny.
Well, what's amazing. What's amazing, gentlemen, is the amount of spin-offs that came off all of those legendary sitcoms. I mean,
Yep.
like even All in the Family. Like you look at all the spin-offs, and then it's just you don't really get that anymore. But you need a really great show to generate spin-offs to begin with.
Right. Yeah, like All in the Family. We could talk about that family tree now. But
Exactly.
before we go off that deep end, and I'm getting off of this at the top of the hour, we're going to get not a score.
Well, it's going to score, I'm going to tell you, in the upper 80s, low 90s range until I really get comfortable with it and kind of go through all the things. It's going to be somewhere between the 88 and 92, but I want to I got to try it against a few other things and just take a moment and spend a little time with it. I do want to answer Joe Biden's dentures when he asked me about Cav Scouts. Yes, I was in the 3rd of the 8th Scouts, and then I was also in 3/7. So that was my 2 units I was in when I was in the service. He also asked another question. We'll have to go back up to. I missed it and I forgot. I can't find it now. But yeah, that's I did want to address that. What was the other thing? Give me just a second, please. Vermont. Oh, he asked what craft beers.
The only horror TV show I ever liked was Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Yeah, my dad liked that. Yeah. The other thing he asked was if there was any craft beers from Kansas. And yes, there is. 2 off the top of my head. We have Wichita Brewing Company and Aeroplanes Brewing, but there are several other smaller ones. And if you count the ones in Kansas City, but some of them belong to Missouri, some belong to Kansas. That's kind of it's hard to tell. Martin City's more Kansas City, Missouri versus Boulevard. I'm actually not sure which side of the border Boulevard's on, but there's several small ones up there.
Now,
Pearson even has a distillery, but I can't think of the name of it right now. But I did a review for their stout on Stout Sunday last year, and it was all right, just average.
Now, I have a question for Mr. Whiskey Scout that I asked Eric Fraunfelter on a private hangout. I said that since moonshine is clear and made from corn,
Right.
and many American vodkas are clear naturally and made from corn, what is the difference between the two? And I think it might be the alcohol content, I think.
Okay, moonshine. No. Moonshine is usually distilled 1 time, sometimes twice at most. Most of your vodkas are distilled up to 10 times. The only vodka I've ever bought was I got a bottle in there of a football of corn vodka, but it says clearly on the label it was distilled 10 times. You lose a lot of the corn character. The more you distill it, the more you're refining it down to that alcohol nature. Okay. The more you're cleaning out all the congeners, things that give.
That's why they tout it like 6 times distilled and all of that.
Right. So that's your difference. You distill it twice. You're still, especially most moonshines, if you really sit there and sit down with it, you get that corn note. It comes through rather clearly, and you can taste it. Vodkas come in generally at 40% or usually. Moonshines come at a much higher percentage. But even if you get a moonshine at 40% to equate a vodka at 40%, you're still going to get that background corn notes in a moonshine. You're clearly not going to get in a vodka. You're going to get a lot more taste. Is what I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
of course, domestic vodkas are also made from wheat, like Jay and like Wheatley.
Yeah.
Some
Vodka can be made from any rye, corn, wheat, potatoes. Potatoes, the original vodka. That's really what it was originally made from. It's rather hard to get though because potatoes are very hard to ferment. Believe it or not, that's not an easy process to turn potatoes into vodka like it is other things. It's just the amount of distillation process it goes through.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
We appreciate the Whiskey Scouts tutorial tonight, and I'm not saying that in a cheeky and flip manner. I really do appreciate it.
I didn't take it that way.
I love learning all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, Flip Wilson used to say everything in a flip manner.
Yeah, I used to watch Flip Wilson a lot when I was a little kid, and but then it went off the air. But we used to watch Flip Wilson, and I agree with Joe Biden's stenches. Get the troops out. I've been watching the Syrian civil war.
Yeah, well, I
wanted to do a hangout. I was thinking about doing a hangout one night with James P. Madonna, but I'm not metaphysical and I'm not esoteric. But I was going to do a hangout like about Lent. Well, here's the one I was thinking about.
Well, I don't always bring out those divining rods and tarot cards. I do other shows. I mean,
yeah, I understand. Here's what I was thinking. Tell me what you think. We should be talking about it off air, but what the heck?
I like that. I like that icon. I mean that avatar, that bull, that exotic looking bovine there. Nina. Oh, it's a chick. How about that?
I could do one on Good Friday, which is April. Where's my April 10th. Now here's the thing. Good Friday, I would not want to come on here and like cheeky and flip and all of that like I tend to be. Because Good Friday is, you should have some reverence. So I would think about doing something where I would perhaps talk about Good Friday and the meaning of it, talk about Lent, how Lent ends, on Holy Thursday, Good Friday. So just kind of talk about that. Maybe I could drink some Passover wine like Manischewitz.
Is there any fish liqueur, being that a lot of good Catholics eat fish on Good Friday? A lot of liqueurs made from seafood. Fish?
No, there's probably everything you could think of, but
the Vietnamese fish sauce, that's from
I've never heard. Well, yeah, that's good stuff. I've even seen how it made. Don't care. I think it's
good. But on Good Friday, I'll probably go to work. On Good Friday, I'll probably go to work, and then maybe I'll go to that 3 o'clock Catholic service. It's a Catholic Good Friday service.
Good Friday represents the Last Supper, right? And then Saturday represents the Crucifixion Day, right?
No. Thursday would be Holy Thursday would be the Last Supper, and then Friday was the Crucifixion, and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But then I would say so Good Friday I would fast. It's like eat just a little bit for breakfast, and then a decent meal for lunch, and then at night maybe just the tiniest little meal. Like tonight, I didn't eat any food tonight, but that's because I ate too much last night. And then we could talk about that. But people might say, "Oh, I don't want to do that." I can understand that people would be reluctant to join that. But
well, you could eat a space sandwich, 2 slices of bread with nothing in the middle.
Right. So I would do a Good Friday hangout, but I would make it more solemn. You know what I'm saying? Solemn. But yeah, people might.
Yeah, how do we do a solemn Fandango?
I wouldn't call it Fandango Friday. I would call it something like
Call it
Good Friday 2020 thoughts and discussion, something like that.
we could talk about the state of society in the end times. We can make it a religious show.
Right, I would do that. But I can understand that people would probably be reluctant to join it. But
yeah, but it's for their own good. We can give blessing. We can give them blessings on cyber blessings.
The
know,
end
well,
time.
I'm not a priest. I'm not even an ordained deacon, so I wouldn't be giving
Don't
blessings.
worry, I'll ordain you. Don't worry.
There you go, Ron. You're going to be ordained.
I'll ordain you. Don't worry.
No, see, but I want it to be solemn. Oh, come on, backwards.
No, I'll be solemn. I'll be solemn. Like it'll be like a monastery. I promise it'll be like a monastery. No, it would be. Yeah. Here we go.
A comic book hangout. I could do that, but I don't know if anybody would be interested in joining. Although I could be wrong. There could be a lot of people that might want to join a comic book hangout, but my experience in life is that there aren't too many people that are interested in it. But I could be wrong. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it.
You know what? I have discussed serious religious talk without joking around with the exorcist Bishop Brian from the Travel Channel, and I think if I put my mind to it, I think I could do the same with you. If you want to do a solemn Christian-based Christian/Catholic-based show for Good
Yeah, that
Friday.
would be on Good Friday 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could do that. I mean, I could dim the lights and have that like monastery look, and I don't have a robe with a hood or anything like that, but I could come up with something. Whiskey Scout's laughing. I could come up.
You're going to scare them off. Just show up like yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, it's got to be very, what's the word, pious or pious?
Well, pious is not your range.
Yeah, I might do it. I might do it, but I do want to take it seriously. But
Yeah,
okay, I might do a comic book hangout. We'll see. And man, I think I might do a comic book hangout. I did a video. I did, I think, 2 videos about Jack Kirby and my favorite artist and writer, but not his real name. But a lot of these writers use aliases, but pen names, whatever. But okay, so but Ash Wednesday. What am I saying? Good Friday. Good Friday is not, huh?
Wasn't that just Wednesday?
Yeah, Good Friday. I knew I was in trouble.
I mean, we can talk about. I learned a lot about like demonic attachments that about things that by having serious discussions with the exorcist bishop. I mean, we could do a really deep, serious religious, spiritual warfare in the end times kind of show.
Good Friday's in April. So let's just preview, and then we're going to get off the air because I'm so tired, sleepy. I'm not really tired. I'm sleepy. Okay, there's a difference, as we all know.
You got a dog.
Yeah, and that meeting last night went on so long. All right, let's see. Next Friday, no bingo, bingo. How about Thunder and Thursday on March 5th? Thunder and Thursday, March 12th. Thunder and Thursday, March 19th. Oh, I got a meeting. I don't know what's going to happen on the first, second, third. The 4th week of March probably is going to be nothing happen. I don't think I can do it. I just don't think I can do it. I can't do a maniacal, a terrific. I can do a wild card. I can't do a thundering or a fandango. That's how packed up that week is. Can you believe it? Then April, have to do a thundering. April 10th, we could do that solemn, what we were saying, religious one. And then the rest of April have to be a thundering, and then maybe a Tuesday tango twisted tequila Tuckaroo Tata. I'm trying to think of a name. All right.
Now for the solemn, you want James to be there, or you want me to give Krampus a call, or the Emerald Mystic?
Whoever wants to come on that can handle it the right way, you know.
No, the right way. What? About to tune Smack? Yeah, that's right. SmackDown is coming up. SmackDown is starting about now. That's right, on Fox, on Channel 5 in my area. That's right.
Any last comments from the Whiskey Scout or James? Now, Joe Biden says, I know about demons.
I have an ex-wife. Yeah, well, you know what's funny about that, Joe Biden's dentures? When you first start dating a woman, they're so pleasant. Oh, and you're like on a pedestal, like Archie Bunker says. You're on a pedestal. That means pedestal. You know, and they're practically worshiping you, and they're slobbering over you, and they're doing all kinds of wonderful things and saying. And then as you get to know them, little by little, they start to complain more and more and more and more until they're like at your throat. You know what I mean? Why is it like always get that way? Isn't that funny? And then you end up
isn't the old expression familiarity breeds contempt?
It's contempt.
For some people.
That's right.
I've been married 31 years, guys. I am happy. I really, truly am.
That's good, because you probably had the boss. Oh, listen.
Right on, dude. Right on.
You see? Right after he said that, how about that?
There's the Kansas City Southern saying, oh. Now,
in our way.
Old Buttercup. Remember how Ralph Cramden says, come back to Old Buttercup.
Yeah, no, we're just kidding around, Whiskey Scout.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
women do that though.
As we're just comics, we're just comedians in all seriousness. Now, to end this Fandango Friday,
yes,
Madonna is going to give us a musical accompaniment.
Boatswain's whistle.
You have just departed our insane pirate ship of Fandango. Dig that, sucker.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's dentures. Hey, Joe, what's Joe Biden always say? Yeah, man, do some push-ups with me. Come on, let me see if you can do them. Yeah, man. Now,
don't drink Bo unless you want to feel really bad. Y'all feel bad? Well, I feel worse than that, because look how much I got left.
Jay,
man.
Better you than